Hey friends, welcome back to our channel. My name is Paul and this is Two Bears Homestead. If you're new here or you just happened upon this video, we welcome you here. We hope you stick around and check us out, see what we're about, and hopefully you'll hit like and subscribe and follow us along on our journey. So here we go. We are making Ghee tonight, or Ghee. It's a clarified butter that is like one step beyond clarified. It's supposed to have a nutty flavor. Now I've never made it before, so I figured why not take you along for the ride? Now, I've had it before. I've actually purchased it in the store, and I actually have been given some by a friend at one point, but I've never made it. And wouldn't you know that last week one of our stores had a sale on butter, and it was a really good sale. It was $2.39 a pound for butter, and it wasn't like crap stuff. It was like good butter, and I was like, well, who's going to pass up $2.39 a pound, I should say. So I'm utilizing that, and we're turning that into the Ghee. Now, like I said, I've never done it before, so I figured this is a perfect opportunity, and you're coming along for the ride. So here we go. Okay, so the first thing we have here is I already have some started, so have the stove set to a very low temperature. Right now, I just have it on like the second to lowest setting to start melting the butter. Because the one thing you do not want the butter to do is you do not want it to brown right away, because that'll just give you that burnt butter flavor, and that's certainly not something we're going in after. So just go ahead and get the butter in, and we'll get it melting. So all we're doing here, again, is I raised the heat a little bit now that we've got a good amount of butter in here, and I'm just letting it melt down and do its thing. So you'll see this white on the top here. That is the milk fats or the milk solids that are rising up. So once it gets to a thicker coat, then we'll start skimming that off. So that's what we want to have out of there. Okay, so you see the butter solids or the milk solids have risen are starting to rise to the top here. So really, the trick here is to just be skimming this off. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes so far, and you can see that it's starting to clarify a little bit. Like you can see, it's like looks like boiling oil. So I've been skimming off the foam, consistently off camera, but I still have to let it go a little bit more because we need it to start getting clearer. Like the center part of the liquid here needs to be clearer, and the milk solids will start falling to the bottom. And then that's the clarified part. So it's already changing color, starting to get that nutty color, or that nutty brown color, I should say. And it smells pretty good. So we'll keep going, but this is all the milk skim, or the milk solid that I've skimmed off so far, and still just got a little bit more to go. Okay, you can see now here that it's starting to change color, and you can actually see the spoon at the light reflection. There you go. You see it's getting clearer, so it's definitely headed in the right direction. And I also just took a little adventure, and I scraped the bottom of the pot just to see what was down there. And these are the milk solids that are in the bottom of that pot. Now these are coming right out. Well, they'll be stuck to the bottom of the pot, but I wanted to pull that out so I could see what it looked like, and I'm going to taste it. But that's in the bottom of the pot right now, and that is actually the milk solids that are going to kind of toast and give that flavor that we want in the Ghee, or Ghee, however the hell you say it. Okay, we are essentially there. You can see the bottom of the pot. The spoon is right on the bottom of the pot, so that is pretty much clarified, or is the Ghee, or Ghee, however you say it. And I think I'm just going to let it go a few more minutes, or not, maybe just a couple more minutes. I'm still skimming off some of this milk fat that's still rising to the top, but I think I'm essentially there. And then I'm going to pull it off the burner, let it settle, and then I am going to get it into the jar. I'm going to turn the stove light off, see if you can see it a little bit better. And I think that's a little bit better. So, I am excited. It looks like it's coming out exactly how it should. Okay, so now all we have to do is just strain these into our pre-warmed jars. Now remember, this is scalding hot. It's hot oil. So you want to make sure the jars are not ice cold. And I put them on the towel instead of the cold counter as well. Just run it through a cheesecloth. I'm sure there's a little bit more of an effective way to do this, but it seems to be working for me right now. This is why you want to use a cheesecloth. You get that milk solids that will still get caught up in it. You want to make sure none of that gets into your jar. So that did exactly what it was supposed to do. And I hate wasting cheesecloth for something so simple, but you know, that's important that that does not get into the jar. Look at that deliciousness. Absolutely beautiful. And in the bottom of the pot, those are the milk solids. So let me see if I get a better light over here. Yeah, so those are the milk solids. And they started browning. And that's what we took out of the butter. So again, this is the stuff, the milk solids that I pulled off. Now, this is a little, I wonder what to do with that. Now, I know that we can put use to this somehow, so I am going to save this and put it in the refrigerator. I just got to figure out what I can do with it. But there's absolutely something we can do with that. There's no reason for that to go to waste. But this is, from my understanding, this is exactly how it is supposed to be. And just the goodness. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, folks, that is a wrap. That is how we can or make ghee or ghee or however you say it. So now, this was a good experience for me because I really wanted to understand how to make this, and this is certainly something that's going to be in my normal kitchen routine or rotation or whatever you want to say it is. But I'll tell you, isn't this absolutely beautiful? Look at that. Golden, beautiful, delicious. And I encourage you to do this. I encourage you to find butter on sale. That was a great sale. It was $2.39 a pound. I was like, you can't beat that with a stick. I was like, I bought a lot of butter. I was like, I am not passing that opportunity up. I mean, it was probably a little bit more than I really should have bought, but at the end of the day, I'm also not, arrogant enough to think that everybody can go out and drop, a ton of money on extra butter. It is good to see when it's on sale, take advantage of it if it's within your means to do that. $2.39 a pound is a good deal, and you can freeze it. I have quite a bit in the freezer, but I bought it with the intent of doing this. So, and then I also have some big cooking projects coming up for family holidays, things like that. So the butter sale was like at a perfect time for me. But so if you see these sales, I encourage you, if you can do it, absolutely stock up on something like that, because you don't get that opportunity these days very often. So to the process, again, it was pretty straightforward. I'm almost embarrassed by how easy it was. I was like, what did I wait for? But the one thing that I didn't catch on video is that last clip where I was skimming that last time and showing you where it was starting to go clear. I was skimming off camera, and like all of a sudden it went clear. It went clear. Like, it was the weirdest thing. Like, I was looking at it, and at first I thought my eyes were just playing tricks on me, but I'm like, no, like, it went clear. I could see the bottom of the pot it's clear as day. So I knew I was on the right path and it was doing what it was supposed to do. And the the milk solids that were on the bottom were still like a whitish color. So I waited like another minute and I could see them changing color, and they were getting a little bit browner and a little bit tanner maybe. So, and I could smell the aroma, the scent of the butter was changing. And that was my cue to get it off the burner, because there's one thing you don't want to do is burn butter, and I sure as heck wasn't going to burn 6 pounds of butter at that. So here you have it. So after I pulled it off the burner, I just let it cool for a minute or two and skimmed it into the jars. The one thing I will say is make sure your jars are not ice cold. Like my house is 74 degrees, and when I grabbed the jars, they were like cold to the touch. I mean, you're gonna put hot butter in a cold jar. You and I both know the math don't math well. So what I did was I ran it into jars under hot water, and I just put the water and ran it down the outside of the jars. That way I took the cold or the chill out of the jars, but I didn't want to get any water in the jars, because this is pure oil and you don't want anything in there. So absolutely important that you use the cheesecloth to strain your milk solids out. There wasn't much, but all it takes is one little piece and that can ruin the whole jar, so we don't want to do that. So this is pure oil, and I tasted it and it was delicious. Now, I did, as promised, pull some of the milk solids off the bottom of the pot. And the texture is like cottage cheese, but it's a little salty. Wow, that was salty. So I had 6 pounds of butter, and one of those 6 pounds was salted butter. So the milk solids pulled the salt down, and that is really salty. And this wasn't. So I would encourage you not to use salted butter when you make this, because I won't be using salted butter again. There's just no reason to. You can save that for other projects. And God knows I have a lot of butter in that freezer. So again, $2.39 a pound for butter. It was a great deal. I couldn't pass it up, and I wanted to do this, so I'm glad we got to do it. And I'm glad you got to do it with me, because I think everybody should try it. I think, if it's something that you've always thought of and you just didn't really know, you can use this for everything cooking related. It has a great buttery flavor. I mean, I eat eggs every day. This will be in my eggs every day. And you can use this for baking, for sauteing. I mean, the uses are limitless, because it is an oil. And it's, better for you than the, some of the, trans fat and partially hydrogenated oils and all that stuff. That stuff's just all poison. This is not poison. Would I drink it? Well, I probably would, actually. I'm psycho like that. I'm a Homestead bear, but I'm a crazy bear sometimes, But at the end of the day, this is a versatile cooking tool, and I encourage you to get it on your pantry shelves. And that's pretty much it. So I appreciate you coming along on this little education trip that I was on today, and I hope you got something of it. I hope it inspired you. I hope it, maybe gets you talking to other people about things you can do in the kitchen. This is cost effective, and there are different ways that you can shop and get more gourmet style stuff on your pantry shelves for a fraction of the cost. I mean, if you went to the store to buy this would probably be like $8 or $10. I mean, it's not cheap in the stores, and you don't know what you're getting. At least here, you know what you're getting. And I mean, we go $8 or $10. I mean, I'm talking like over $50 worth of Ghee here for what did that come out to be? Like 6 pounds. So it's like $15 worth of butter. So pretty good deal in my book. So anywho, I'm beating your dead horse now. I thank you for following along on this video. I encourage you to subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and please smash that like and subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell if you want to find out when we come online and we have new videos posting. So that's it. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time, and we will see you on the next one. Cheers.